Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all my vegans, veganettes, and not so vegans across the globe. It's your girl Abeje Theatra, and welcome back to another episode of Cause It's Vegan. I gotta eat it.
There's no way I could ever go vegan. I'm not about to spend the rest of my life eating rabbit food.
So look, you guys, today we are doing a taste test, but it's going to be done a little bit differently. I am actually taste testing another YouTuber's recipe, and I'm gonna let you know my thoughts on it. Who are we testing today? We're trying Rainbow Plant Life's absolute best vegan brownies. The name of the lady that runs the channel is Nisha Vora. She has a very nice spirit, just very nice energy overall. And I always love her recipes. So today we are trying out her vegan brownies to see what they're talking about. So as you guys can see, I have two batters next to each other. The first one in the red container is the experimental one. She addressed something in her video of people who may ask,
I know I'm gonna get some questions about substitutes like, do I have to use aquafaba? Can I use a different flour? Do I have to use vegan butter? And my answer is you gotta use all the ingredients here. I've tested this recipe many times. Baking is a very precise science and you can't just like willy-nilly swap out whatever you want. I also haven't tested it with other ingredients, so I don't know if it'll work.
And so what I did is tried some ingredients that I just already had at home to see how that works. It wasn't exactly what she had. Over here is where I actually followed her recipe to the T as best as I could. I say as best as I could because while I do love her videos, sometimes she doesn't give every single measurement for every single ingredient. Bad batter, good batter, or wrong batter, right batter. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in their pans. Red batch. So one of the things that she already expressed in her video is that the batter is going to be really thick. So just don't worry about that. This first batch here is the red bowl, the experimental things I had going on. It's super dark chocolate. That's pretty cool. And not that I cared before I was plant-based, but I really don't care now. If there is batter left over in the bowls, guess what? There's no egg, so you can for sure go ahead and lick the bowl, put your finger in the bowl and get the rest of that batter out. Now I'm gonna spread it out. Of course, we want to make sure it's as even as possible. This batter is so thick. Am I right? You know, honestly, to me it's kind of crazy that neither of these recipes required milk, but I'm not complaining.
I mean, come on, look at this batter. She is gorgeous. She's a she, obviously.
All right, so now I have both of the batters. This is the experimental one. This is the one that more so followed her instructions. Well, this batter doesn't look exactly how hers looked in the video, but again, I think a little bit of that has to do with not having the exact measurements of some of the stuff, but it's also my first time making it, so don't make fun of me. I will come back again and try it, and I'm sure it'll be better next time. She says I have to pop these into the oven for 35 to 38 minutes. So let's go on and do that, shall we? Red batch. Regular batch. 35 minutes. Hopefully 35 minutes is enough. I do not want to wait those extra 3 minutes because after they come out of the oven, then I have to wait for another 20 to 30 minutes. So I'll be back shortly. All right, you guys, so here I am. I finally finished waiting on the brownies to cool off. Now I can try them, but before I do that, I want to show you what they look like. So this brownie right here is the one that I used 70% cocoa and I used coconut palm sugar instead of cane sugar as she said should be used. This is what it looks like. I do like the top. It definitely has that brownie look for sure where it looks like it could be flaky. And then the other one, the one I made sure to get cane sugar. Also, I went ahead and got a 56% cocoa. Came out like this. It looks very good as well. The top doesn't look as crinkly, but I'm very excited to try them. So first, I'm going to try the one in which I used 70% cocoa and coconut palm sugar just to see how that turned out. Just look at it though, again, that is so amazing. Let's give it a shot. Oh wow. Okay, so Okay, that, sorry. So the crispiness, the flakiness on the top is really cool. I tasted a little bit of crunch, which was awesome. However, I will say, I tried to make these recipes the exact same, but of course, with some things not having exact measurements, it was kind of hard for me to have the perfect consistency each time. I did something wrong to where this almost feels less like a brownie and more cakey. Maybe I didn't whip the chickpea, the aquafaba, and sugar long enough like she instructed. Make sure that when you do use the aquafaba that you do mix it for several minutes like she instructed, because it's definitely gonna change the consistency. Not bad. I feel like it needs more sugar, so that was really on me. There's a hint of a taste I don't like. I'm gonna assume it's probably coming from the fact that there is 70% cocoa. Honestly, when she was doing her video, I think she used about 70% cocoa, and she said this was an adult brownie.
These are classic fudgy indulgent brownies made for adults. They're adult brownies.
But if you want a kid brownie,
A little less grown up, you could try like 62 to 65%.
probably gonna use a sweeter one. It might also have something to do with the fact that I use coconut palm sugar. I'm not sure about that one, but it's a possible, it's a possibility. So now I'm gonna try the one where I use the cane sugar, and I use 56% cocoa, so a little less. So here we go. It's actually really good. It's so interesting. One of the ingredients that she uses for her brownies is espresso, and I can taste it in here, but it actually complements the chocolate very well. Also, you get a little bit of an energy boost. Yeah. This one is really good. I like this. Brownie crumb just fell down my shirt. This tastes like a legit brownie. What? Like a brownie. And then look at that chocolate chip in there just melting. So good. So, yeah, her dad explained it perfectly in the video when he said that it was very nice and moist, and then it kind of just like melts in your mouth. This is pretty amazing. The consistency on the inside is just different. I wonder if you guys can like see it. This is cakey. This is brownie-y. It doesn't even make sense. So no, this one is really good. I think using the 56% cocoa was a really good move for me, because whoo baby, that 70% is a no-go. But this is just really delicious. Hold on. Her recipe is a great recipe for you to follow to make a delicious vegan brownie from scratch. If you don't want to just buy the boxes from the store. Making things from scratch, you always feel better when you do that. But her recipe is perfect. I would say follow it to a T. Of course, there are some things you kind of just have to guess, because she doesn't tell you how much of the aquafaba to use. And even like with the sugar, I had to like hurry and pause the video to try to make out how much she was using. So I'll make sure to leave her link in the description below so you can follow the recipe as well. But I have to say thank you to Rainbow Plant Life, because this brownie recipe is everything. Nisha Vora, you are awesome. I'm gonna make it again next time, and I'm probably gonna use like macadamia nuts, because I think that would be so good. So I give this recipe an A, maybe even an A+, like a 97. Although technically I could give it 100 if I just use more sugar, just a little bit. This is so good. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go finish this. I'll let my husband try it. But you already know. Remember to love peaches. All the sneeches. Oh, I'm out of milk.